Hi, and welcome to GENOS Picks. Yes, back in my apartment. Have you seen the kitchen yet? It's delicious. All right, let's get right to it. Last week, 1-3, finally a below 500 week for the first time in a while. So I finished the season at 38-30, but that's the regular season because overall, if you recall my AFC NFC previews, 6-2 on my over-unders. I only missed Denver and Seattle, so my final season record is 44-32, 58%. Respectable. So let's get right to the postseason, okay? But first, you know what really grinds my gears? Just the fact that I'm again relegated to this webcam and not my studio. We've been doing the picks for going on 2 years now. I guess I just have to face the fact that we're not moving forward enough. Probably not going to do a season 3 unless you do something. Because not unless something better comes along. Because the fact that I sit here on a webcam while America sucks at the teat of people like Jimmy Fallon, who has absolutely zero talent as an interviewer, and people are so lazy that they'd rather just watch remakes of other shows like, ooh, The Soup, let's make sports soup. You know my feelings on that. So I just can't continue this. It's making me bananas. But I'll be damned if I go quietly into that proverbial good night. So, let's get to Geno's picks, all right? My first pick, the Jets are getting 2.5 against the Bengals in Cincinnati. People, yeah, the Bengals showed absolutely nothing this past Sunday in the 37-0 trouncing at the hands of the Jets, while New York pulled out more gadgets than a hooker at a bachelor party. Still, there's one thing I can't get out of my mind. It's how horrific J.T. O'Sullivan looked in the mop-up duty he had for Carson Palmer. I mean, this is your backup? The Bengals may be a better team, but I cannot help but think O'Sullivan's bumbling play is stuck in the minds of two people. Carson Palmer, who's like, please don't let me get hurt, and we all know that the universe doesn't understand the word not, and Rex Ryan, who, say what you want, he may have showed a lot in that game, but he knows defense, and given since he's declining O-line, taking Carson Palmer out of the game is not out of the question, and if they do that, the Jets have a great shot at this game, because what did we all learn Sunday? That J.T. O'Sullivan steers an offense like Leilani Tonga drives a truck. He has trouble keeping the one thing he's carrying from hitting the ground. People, I love the Jets in this. Take the Jets and lay the 2.5. My next pick, the Eagles are getting 4 from the Cowboys in Dallas. People, I know. What can you say? The Eagles haven't beaten Dallas in either of their meetings this season. And yes, the Birds have only scored 1 TD in their last 22 offensive drives. Wow. But despite the information that it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year, in the majority of the third meetings, that's exactly what has happened, people. Still, despite all these stats, let's remember 2 things. 1, Andy Reid has been to the playoff, I think, 8 of the past 10 years, and an NFC championship game 5 times, 4 times, at any rate. Wade Phillips, I can tell you, has 0 NFC championship games and 0 playoff wins for the Cowboys. So remember that. And remember one other thing. Yes, Dallas beat the Birds twice this year, but they're trying to beat them again a second week in a row. And beating any team in the NFL, especially the Eagles, 2 weeks straight, it's a lot like trying to beat a Puerto Rican twice in 1 week. The second time, they come at you with much sharper weapons, and a few that you never even saw. So expect a better game from Donovan McNabb, and expect huge games from Macklin and McCoy. Yeah, I said it. Take the Birds, lay the 4. My next pick, love this kitchen. The Patriots are giving 3 to the Ravens in Foxborough. People, why is it every time the Ravens play the Steelers, they lose in the closing minutes? For the same reason I think they're going to lose to the Pats. They're just not mentally ready to win big games. They will be soon, and maybe they will this week. I just don't think so. Because while the stats say that Baltimore is a better team right now, the Ravens don't believe it once they get on the field. They're like that hot chick at a bar with low self-esteem. No matter how much better they look than you coming in, you hit one of their weak spots, and by the end of the night, they're sucking it. That's what Baltimore's doing. Pats take this one late. Brady was born to do it. Take the Patriots and the field goal. And lay the field goal, excuse me. Boop. And finally, people, the Packers are getting 1 from Arizona in the desert. Hey, great news, Arizona fans. I went against Arizona 4 times last year. They fucked me every time. 3 wins, 4 covers. But you know what? Great news for you. I'm doing it again. Green Bay ranks better than Arizona both offensively and defensively. And Green Bay didn't play the cakewalk NFC West schedule the Cardinals did. Okay? And I'll tell you something else. Aaron Rodgers has thrown only 7 picks in 547 attempts. Wow. That's about 1.3 every 100. He should have to make about 25 attempts, given that Ryan is going to run all over Arizona, and their defense is just going to stifle the Cardinals. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, the Cardinals' offense looks great. Yeah, the Cardinals' offense looks great on paper. It's like a Sudoku puzzle. A whole bunch of numbers that add up to shit. Take the Packers and the points. Those are Geno's picks.